Love the Ravens as much as we do? Then smash that subscribe button and stay locked in with Flock News for all the drama, updates, and excitement all season long. The sports world is buzzing, and you can feel the tension already building around one of the most controversial moments in recent football history. Rumors began circulating late last night, fueled by insiders who claim that a major ruling against the Steelers is set to shake the very foundations of the league standings. Sources say that league officials, after a lengthy review process, have confirmed sanctions that could redefine the trajectory of the season. And the consequences are far-reaching. Fans, pundits, and even former players are weighing in on social media, creating an electric atmosphere of speculation, debate, and outright outrage. It's one of those stories that feels bigger than just a team penalty. It's about legacy, pride, and the unrelenting pressure of competition. The whispers started quietly, with only a handful of journalists reporting that the Steelers could face disciplinary action. But as more details emerged, the narrative exploded. Every analyst, from television commentators to independent bloggers, is dissecting the implications, trying to understand how this punishment could shift the balance of power. It's no exaggeration to say that the fallout might extend beyond just one game or one team. What makes this situation even more tantalizing is the ripple effect it has across the entire league. While the Steelers have been historically dominant, the ruling suddenly cast doubt on their previously untouchable position, leaving fans questioning whether their usual grip on the standings is now vulnerable. Rumors suggest that this could create an opening for the Ravens to ascend, a scenario that would have seemed improbable just a few weeks ago. Analysts are now framing every upcoming match in the context of this potential shakeup, speculating about who might benefit the most and who could suffer the consequences. The media frenzy has led to countless theories, ranging from strategic missteps to alleged violations, that are now under intense scrutiny. Social media platforms are flooded with heated debates, memes, and speculative breakdowns, amplifying the tension and making it feel like a high-stakes drama, rather than a mere administrative decision. Even former players are weighing in, offering perspectives that mix historical context with personal experience and fueling the rumor mill even further. Every news cycle now begins and ends with the potential implications of this ruling, and the anticipation is practically palpable. Inside sources, who have remained anonymous but are reportedly close to league operations, are dropping hints that the penalties may include not only point deductions but also fines and potential restrictions on future gameplay. The complexity of these rumors is staggering. With fans dissecting every nuance of the leaked information, there's talk of internal memos, confidential communications, and perhaps even a broader review of league policies, all contributing to the sense that this is a defining moment for professional football. Speculation is rife about how the Steelers' management is responding behind closed doors, with some suggesting emergency meetings and strategy sessions are currently underway. The narrative has taken on a life of its own, with fan forums evolving into arenas of theory and conjecture, where each new post sparks waves of excitement and anxiety. It is fascinating to watch as the story develops in real time, blending official statements with whispered leaks, creating a feverish environment where fact and rumor intertwine in ways that feel almost cinematic. Every angle seems to suggest that this story is far from over, and the suspense is only intensifying as the days progress. Meanwhile, attention is shifting toward the Ravens, whose sudden potential rise to prominence is capturing the imagination of fans and analysts alike. Conversations in the sports world now revolve around whether this is the moment for the Ravens to seize the advantage, a prospect that would dramatically alter the league's competitive landscape. Pundits are speculating on the team's preparedness, strategies, and potential for capitalizing on the Steelers' predicament, while supporters of the Ravens are already celebrating prematurely, basking in the excitement of an unexpected opportunity. Every expert segment on television and online is dissecting possible outcomes, comparing player stats, recent performances, and coaching decisions, all framed through the lens of this unfolding drama. Even casual fans, previously indifferent to standings intricacies, are now caught up in the intrigue, discussing possibilities as if they were personal stakes in a high-stakes chess match. The rumor mill surrounding the Ravens' potential rise has become a story in itself, a narrative fueled by hope, speculation, and the thrill of what-ifs that define sports culture. This kind of buzz doesn't just influence opinions, it shapes expectations, creating a collective sense of suspense that keeps fans glued to every update. Adding further fuel to the fire, there are murmurings that the ruling might not be fully finalized, leaving room for appeals, negotiations, and perhaps even reversals. Insiders suggest that legal and regulatory mechanisms within the league could extend the drama for weeks, creating a sense of uncertainty that makes every subsequent announcement feel like a cliffhanger. This dynamic has inspired countless sports commentators to draw parallels with past controversies, comparing potential consequences, precedents, and outcomes, all of which adds layers of depth to the ongoing story. The rumor networks are thriving, with leaks, tips, and insider reports popping up at an unprecedented pace, each one adding a new twist to the tale. It's a narrative where speculation often outpaces confirmation, making it both frustrating and thrilling for fans who crave certainty but live for drama. The online community is in overdrive, analyzing every official statement, dissecting every social media post, and speculating about every possible implication, turning a league ruling into a sprawling saga that captures the imagination far beyond the football field. Amidst all this turmoil, what's perhaps most striking is the emotional intensity it has created. Fans, players, analysts, and former professionals are all emotionally invested in the unfolding story, which has become more than just about standings. It's about pride, reputation, and the intangible drama of sports. Conversations at sports bars and online forums, and during live broadcasts, are dominated by this single thread, and the anticipation feels almost unbearable. Each new rumor, each tentative confirmation, is amplified by the echo chamber of social media, making the story feel larger than life. The interplay of uncertainty, speculation, and competitive tension has transformed what might have been a routine league update into a narrative that feels cinematic, suspenseful, and utterly captivating. Every voice in the conversation contributes to the build-up as fans collectively navigate a storm of possibilities, projecting hopes, fears, and expectations onto a situation that is still very much in motion. It is, without exaggeration, one of the most buzzworthy moments in recent sports history, a drama that will likely be discussed for years to come, while the Steelers try to navigate the murky waters of this disciplinary action. Rumors suggest that internal team dynamics could be shifting in ways that are not yet visible to the public. Speculation abounds that key figures within the organization are weighing their options, considering both short-term tactics and long-term strategic adjustments, all while trying to manage the immense pressure of fan scrutiny and media attention. Analysts are suggesting that locker room morale could play a decisive role in the upcoming weeks, with whispered tensions between coaches, players, and management creating a backdrop of uncertainty. Fans on social media are dissecting every interview, every quote, searching for hidden meanings that might indicate how the team is responding behind closed doors. The complexity of the situation makes it fertile ground for rumor, with insiders providing tantalizing hints without ever fully confirming anything, leaving the audience to fill in the gaps with their imaginations. Every analyst segment on television, every podcast discussion, and every online thread has been reframed through this lens of uncertainty, turning speculation into a game of its own, where the stakes feel enormous and the outcomes are unpredictable. The narrative surrounding the Steelers now reads like a thriller, where each passing hour adds new layers, new questions, and new potential twists, keeping fans and commentators alike in a state of heightened anticipation. Meanwhile, the Ravens are reportedly seizing on the uncertainty, with insiders hinting at strategic meetings and tactical adjustments designed to maximize any advantage created by the Steelers' predicament. The idea that one team's misfortune could translate into another team's opportunity has energized both analysts and fans, leading to a surge in coverage that emphasizes potential matchups, player performance metrics, and coaching ingenuity. The narrative has taken on a dual focus. Not only are people examining the ramifications of the Steelers' punishment, but they are also speculating on how the Ravens could exploit the situation to solidify a commanding presence in the standings. Rumors suggest that behind the scenes maneuvers, including potential trades, lineup adjustments, and revised playbooks, could further tilt the balance in the Ravens' favor. Social media is ablaze with hypothetical scenarios, with fans constructing elaborate what-if storylines that mix player statistics, historical precedents, and gut instinct into a speculative stew. It is the kind of buzz that keeps networks talking, commentators debating, and viewers engaged in a narrative that feels immediate, exciting, and consequential, as if the fate of an entire season could hinge on the next revelation, adding more intrigue. Whispers are circulating about league officials themselves, who may be carefully navigating the fallout. To balance fairness, perception, and precedent, the speculation suggests that the ruling against the Steelers is just the tip of the iceberg, with additional consequences potentially looming. Contingent on appeals, investigations, or unforeseen developments, analysts are poring over every official statement, every press conference, and every subtle change in messaging, trying to extract clues that could hint at future moves. Fans, meanwhile, are crafting elaborate theories that combine knowledge of league regulations, historical cases, and insider reports to predict what might happen next. The interaction between official communications and fan conjecture creates a feedback loop of rumor and counter-rumor, turning the story into a living, evolving saga. It is a testament to how sports narratives can grow beyond the field, blending fact, interpretation, and imagination into a compelling spectacle that engages millions. This intricate interplay of speculation and official action is keeping everyone on edge, waiting for the next twist in a drama that refuses to resolve itself quickly. Meanwhile, the conversation among sports media personalities has reached fever pitch, with debates over the morality, fairness, and implications of the ruling dominating programming schedules. Every host seems to have an opinion. Every analyst has a theory, and every segment spins new potential angles that deepen the suspense. This saturation coverage amplifies the perception that the ruling is more than an isolated incident. It has become emblematic of broader questions about integrity, competition, and the consequences of breaking league rules. The intensity of discussion has even begun to influence fan behavior, with viewership spikes on channels covering the story and social media engagement reaching levels that suggest a collective investment in every rumor, leak, and potential outcome. Fans dissect every nuance, speculate on hidden motives, and evaluate each player's response, creating an ecosystem where narrative momentum seems as critical as athletic performance. It is a fascinating social phenomenon where rumor, expectation, and emotional investment converge, keeping everyone intensely focused on what might happen next. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens, and hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. The cascading rumors have also sparked conversations about long-term strategic implications, particularly how the Steelers and Ravens might adjust not only for the immediate standings, but for the psychological impact on the teams and fan bases. Insiders suggest that leadership within both organizations is acutely aware of how perception shapes morale, engagement, and even performance, making every public statement, social media post, and internal decision critical. Analysts are considering scenarios where momentum, confidence, and public pressure might influence outcomes just as much as skill, strategy, or statistics. The story is evolving in multiple dimensions simultaneously: legal, tactical, psychological, and social, all converging to create a narrative that feels immersive, unpredictable, and almost cinematic. This multi-layered dynamic keeps fans engaged and hungry for updates, eager to see how each ripple from the ruling will propagate through the league, affecting everything from standings to the culture within the locker rooms. Even casual followers of the league are now drawn into the conversation, unable to ignore the swirling rumors, leaked details, and speculative analysis. The ruling against the Steelers has transformed into a cultural event, where engagement goes beyond traditional sports reporting, blending entertainment, speculation, and debate into an interactive experience for viewers worldwide. Fans are constructing elaborate mental simulations, predicting potential outcomes, and discussing the ramifications with friends, colleagues, and online communities. This high level of engagement underscores how rumors and partially confirmed reports can dominate attention, shape perception, and drive narratives that persist far longer than typical sports stories. It is a reminder that in the world of professional football, as in all high-stakes competition, the off-field drama can be as gripping, intense, and consequential as the action on the field itself. The excitement, uncertainty, and speculation are palpable, creating a continuous feedback loop of rumor and analysis that keeps everyone on edge. At the heart of it all is the simple truth that sports are, at their core, stories about competition, drama, human emotion, and the unexpected twists that make fans care deeply. The unfolding saga involving the Steelers and Ravens is a perfect example of how a single ruling can ignite a firestorm of speculation, rumor, and debate, transforming routine league operations into a spectacle with national attention. Every leak, every insider tip, and every analyst's conjecture adds a new layer to the narrative, keeping the audience engaged, invested, and constantly anticipating the next development. It is a story that thrives on uncertainty, and the more opaque the ruling, the more fertile the ground for speculation, discussion, and rumor-mongering. In this way, the drama surrounding the Steelers' punishment and the Ravens' potential rise is more than just sports news. It is a phenomenon that captures attention, sparks conversation, and reminds fans why they care so passionately about the games, the teams, and the stakes involved. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.